as we introduce our first guest of the afternoon. And what a guest we have here. He's been in it a little while. It's well, for one night only, can I say, Phil Collins, you are Pete Bultitude, and welcome to Poppy's TV, the frontman here of Genesis Connected. Fantastic band. If you've not seen them, I've seen them live, and believe me, they are well worth watching.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, Pete, football and music sometimes go together, but not so much yourself.
No, I'm a sort of guy that likes to watch a match. I like to watch international matches, and I have been to see Kettering at the at Wembley against Kingstonian. And I love to watch football, but I don't have a specific club that I tend to support. Until today, at which point I've made the decision that Kettering are now, it's all or nothing. So yeah, but I do love to watch the games. So.
Well, Genesis Connected, how did all that arise? You were on Stars in Their Eyes with Matthew Kelly, and you lost to...
I lost to Christer Berg, unfortunately. But he went on to win Champion of Champions, so he was the big winner of that era. But yeah, I did that, and then I just went back to drumming with bands for ages, and then I got the call to join a Phil Collins tribute, which I did for 5 or 6 years. And then I left that to start this band with my best friend Chris Woods. And it's everything I dream of. It's all the music I love, not just Phil Collins, but I've got the Genesis, Peter Gabriel, Mike and the Mechanics, and it's just it's a dream come true for me.
What's it like out there, actually, almost imitating a real star? And because you do sound like him, and it's in Canny. If you're not seeing this band in operation, you can do in April and September. Which I'm sure Pete will plug in. One reason why he's here to promote it, but it's hairs on the back of your neck stuff.
Thank you very much. Well, I mean, it's really not the Phil Collins voice isn't really something I've tried to do. I mean, it just happens. I've listened to just drumming first and then singing, so it just sort of happened, and people said, "Oh, you sound like Phil." And it just evolved from there. But my favourite singer is Paul Carrick, who was the singer with Mike and Mechanics for many years.
Wasn't he with Ace?
He sang How Long with Ace, but he was the man who sang Living Years and lots of huge songs. And for me, to sing the songs he did, that's when I get to sing more like my own sort of style. And so yeah, that I adore singing his songs.
Because most Genesis aficionados, myself included, want to talk about a bit of the sort of Peter Gabriel. I know you do Sledgehammer, you do a few other tracks from Gabriel again, but your voice also sounds like Gabriel as well.
Well, I sort of put a bit of a huskiness on the voice with Peter Gabriel, but because there can be very divisive, the Genesis fan base, where they either like Genesis or Phil Collins, and never the twain shall meet. They tend to have very big arguments online about what's best. But I'm on both sides. I love. There's a pun. Phil Collins album.
We'll start it. Turn it on again.
Yeah. I'm on both sides of the fence. I love all eras, and I mean some of the early Gabriel stuff is. I mean some of it's really weird, but I really appreciate it. And just listening to Phil drum on it is the treat for me.
How many hours a week do the band actually practice the new songs that they must do? I mean, you're all local, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, the guitarist from Corby, and then the three of us are from. The rest of us are from Kettering, and then the drummer is from out towards Uppingham way. So it's we gather together just outside of Kettering, actually, at a rehearsal studios out near the old Scout huts and stuff the new Scout place, and we
Lowther Park.
It's the other side. It's like there's an old building there, and for some reason my memory I forget what it's called, but Parlour Studios it is, and it's a great place to rehearse. It's very intimate and it's very loud, in there. But we get there when we've got new songs to learn. We probably spend a good few weeks of maybe 3 or 4 hours at a time getting these new songs up to scratch.
Just the songs I've heard, and I've seen your set, I mean, it is identical. If you close your eyes, and that is of tribute bands. I mean, it's a big thing today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tribute bands. We talked earlier before we came on about Ozzy Floyd, Brit Floyd, and all the other tribute bands. But getting that sound to be exactly right must take a lot of dedication to do.
It does, and for me and Chris, who started the band, it's absolutely essential that we're authentic, because I wouldn't want to go and watch a band that didn't do it right. And so
we watch Catherine, they might not do it right. So we can only apologise for that one.
But that's you just got to get it right, and I'd be disappointed if it wasn't. So
Favourite song?
Favourite song? What to perform?
Perform and sing.
In the Air Tonight probably is my favourite to perform, because I get to do the drumming and the singing on that. But my favourite probably song, going back, probably Fading Lights by Genesis.
Oh, right.
I absolutely adore that. It's a great musical piece, but then the instrumental section I absolutely love, and I'm planning on doing it one day soon.
How often do you change your set of your set?
Yeah, we change every year. So this is our third year now that we've been going. And there's certain essentials you have to keep in. So there's certain big Genesis numbers and Michael Mechanics. There's certain ones you've got to keep in there. But then every so often you just change some of the fringe songs, so that there's some surprises for people who are returning to see you. And it works. I mean, we're currently looking at what tracks we're bringing in, and there's the biggest debate is what Peter Gabriel track do we drop and which one do we bring in, because you've got to drop something.
You do Salisbury Hill, don't you, as well?
We do, yeah. That will stay.
Sledgehammer, of course.
Yeah, that's
Red
right.
Rain, is that one? Red Rain?
No, but that was one of the debates. Red Rain, or do we do a version of Don't Give Up? Or do we...
You'd bring Kate in for that one.
Well, that's it, you see. He did do one solo version in 87, where it was just him singing, so that's probably what we'll copy if we're going to do it. So these are the sorts of things you have to discuss, because you don't want to let people down with doing their favourites, but something has to go and something has to come in. So, yeah, it's a challenge coming up with a set list.
So you're in Corby in April?
We're in Corby in April at the Core, which is almost sold out, I'm afraid. So there are tickets at the very top at the back, and some side tickets from what I've seen. And then we're in Kettering in September at the Lighthouse, which has just gone on sale. So if you go on the Lighthouse page, you will see, you'll be able to find that. And then not on sale yet, but we're at the Deco in Northampton, which is a very big, old, nice theatre.
Largest you've actually performed in front of?
Oh, that would have been the Dagenham Roundhouse Music Festival, and we played there. There was probably about 3,000, 4,000 people at that one.
That's good.
But in an actual theatre, I would say probably about 400 or 500 so far. But we're getting bigger and bigger as it goes along. So it's but yeah, it's great. But obviously on TV it was about 15 million. So.
Well, I think you might find about 600 out there.
That's a good amount.
If we're lucky. And you mentioned about the atmosphere at Wembley when you went against Kingstonian being superb.
It was incredible. I mean, for me, that was the first time I'd been and watched a match. Apart from, I used to go with my dad to watch the Steelmen. When I was a kid. I'm sorry, did I say a swear word? Ooh. Did I say a swear word?
Slight twinge.
I did. But at the old wooden ground, the really dangerous wooden ground on Occupation Road. And I used to love going and watching them as a kid, but then this was the first time I seen Kettering, and it was, what a match though. It was an incredible match. I mean, it was going one way and the other. It was, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't give you, too many stats.
I can, but I won't bore them with
it. But it was good fun.
3-2, and it was a shame, wasn't it?
It was. But yeah, you win some, you lose some.
We do, and let's hope we win this afternoon. It's been brilliant.
Well, they will, because I'm here.
Well, that's it. Yes, if they do win today, it means you have to come to every home
every
game.
Match. I'll be in Oman.
An Oman was that film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, Pete, thank you very much for coming on. It's been brilliant to have you here.
Absolute
Hope
pleasure.
you enjoy the afternoon. And again, if you want to catch Genesis Connected, believe me, they are absolutely brilliant to watch. I've seen them, so have a few others. They're in Corby in April. They're in Kettering in September at the Lighthouse, and you said it was in Northampton.
Later in the year.
Later in the year, and believe me, they are well worth seeing.
Yeah, GenesisConnected.com.
There we go. Peter Bultitude, otherwise known as Phil Collins, is leaving the studio.